Hello there. Right, one of the things that amuses me the most in the UK today is where the people of the UK still cling to this mantra of Great Britain, despite this not being the same country 40, 50 years ago that earns the mantra great. The country's unrecognisable from then, and I think it's time now for that mantra to be dropped. Because in this country, we're ruled by a queen. Now, no doubt, the next pompous royal celebration comes along, the little people in the country will all gather round the gates of Buckingham Palace, waving the little Union Jacks and singing God Save the Queen, and look at how great Britain is. Okay? But before you do that, think about this. Right? We're reigned over by the Queen. The Queen's eldest son, Charles, for 30 years was best friends with the biggest paedophile and procurer of young children for other paedophiles this country has ever seen. The Queen's second eldest son, Andrew, for 20 years was friends with the United States' biggest paedophile and procurer of young children for other paedophiles. On top of this, the Queen's own second cousin and Charles's mentor, Lord Mountbatten, was a prolific abuser throughout his life of young boys. But it isn't just the family connection to paedophilia. The Queen also, in the last few decades, has bestowed honours upon other evil men and paedophiles, not just from the UK, but also from the United States. So you've got Jimmy Savile with his knighthood, you've got Ted Heath being honoured, you've got the MP Cyril Smith, another abuser of young boys, being honoured. In America, you've got some of the most evil people who ever lived, like George Bush Sr., as honoured by our Queen. President Eisenhower, one of the three people most responsible for the biggest mass murder in history, World War II, he's been honoured by our Queen. The film director, Steven Spielberg, who's under suspicion of paedophilia and involvement in the death of a young actress, he's been honoured by our Queen. The man many in the world feel responsible for this pandemic, or at least in pushing out a vaccine that could be harmful, and who's previously stated he wants to see the population of the world halved, Bill Gates, he's been honoured by our Queen. But it's not only her family connection to paedophilia and the honours she's dished out to evil men and paedophiles. This is the same woman who's reigned over consecutive governments who for the past 50 years have turned a blind eye to paedophilia in the higher echelons of British society and British politics. She's also reigned over consecutive governments who in the last 20 years have turned a blind eye into grooming gangs where thousands and thousands of young English girls have been abused and raped, basically by foreign invaders. On top of this, she's reigned over governments who not once but twice entered illegal wars with Iraq, where she did nothing to discourage it. Wars that cost the lives of millions of innocent people. And if none of this is enough, look at how the royal family treated Princess Diana prior to her death. The disgusting treatment of Lady Diana, and also 23 years later, all the unanswered questions that have never been answered regarding the royal family's links to the death of Princess Diana. The military, the intelligence services links to the death of Princess Diana have never been answered. So think about all these things, the little people of Britain, the next time you're stood in front of Buckingham Palace, waving your little Union Jack and thinking you're still living in the greatest country in the world. Now listen, because of these facts, okay, in light of these facts, I believe it's time for an image change, a complete cultural and image change for Britain today. And I think the best way to start it off is to replace its irrelevant, no longer relevant national anthem with a new national anthem which is pertinent to the UK today. So I've took it upon myself to rewrite our national anthem. Now, I'm not a great musician, okay, so I've had to maintain the same tune to the anthem, but I have changed the lyrics, okay? So if you have a pair of earmuffs handy around the house, I suggest you put them on now, because the anthem won't have the same effect just stating the words. So unfortunately, it's a quick short anthem just like our current anthem, but I'm going to give it a quick blast for you. Okay? I'll do my best. So here it goes. God save our precious kids, protect their innocence. God save our kids. Watch over their young lives, prioritize their smiles, their safety comes before designs of evil pedophiles. Don't say I didn't warn you, but there you go. That's my suggestion for the new national anthem of the UK today. Anyway, now that I've busted your eardrums, try your best to enjoy the rest of your day, and feel free to like, share and subscribe. Bye for now.